My time has nearly come.
Oh, lordy.
My little ghost friend is telling me.
Ghost friend?
That reminds
I don't know what that's in reference to.
Weren't you telling me
Probably
you found
an
some
anime.
evidence?
Yeah.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Everyone's bros here.
You really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
On the ground.
It's mine.
We know
You found my
Shakira's handbook
iPad.
was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
What
This
could
one
it
does appear to be broken, as is Leon's,
Indeed.
sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Are the handbooks broken? By hitting its weak
I
point?
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was. But if
Cuddles.
the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
What?
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
No, you
But
don't.
you're sure
They
you
wouldn't be
follow
trapped
your
here if you
example?
did.
Then allow me to make a special
Backula did
announcement.
domesticate him, though.
The weak
Indeed.
point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break. I flippin' knew it.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
How educational.
Interesting.
Indeed.
I learned one new fact today.
Wow, it's like you're in a school.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
They practice
What
with
if they
Leons to
found
find
out
it.
by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
Well, Leon still functions.
What if the
According
killer
to
took their
Monokuma.
own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna,
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who would do such a thing? Kill an innocent handbook by accident.
Indeed.
Taka. His reaction gave it away.
No, clearly it was not me, but, I mean...
You seem awfully rattled, Taka. Could it be you know who it actually was? In that case, there's really only one person left it could have been. Okay, well... Can we just sit here for a while?
Why?
She's my favorite, that's why.
Here's my answer.
She's an
Mondo,
alpha female.
your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? Before the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Facts. He wants actual facts.
Look, I don't care about any of these feelings that you're showing me right now. I need these facts. There's no facts to support your claim, okay?
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Makoto, you're just a wet ass P word.
Oh my gosh.
Makoto, show me your wet SP word.
Wow. Whoa.
Is that what the line is?
Basically.
Got it.
That's a lot of bullets.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Listen, Mondo's not a libtard, okay?
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo,
I did
you
it.
broke your own handbook.
I'm
In other
Murder.
words,
I
if
love
Mondo's
murder.
handbook is actually broken,
I
then
do
that
it again.
proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I don't know.
See?
There's too many bullets. I don't know what to do.
Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
What is Hina's account?
What is Hina's count?
She said it in the cafeteria. It was
Yeah.
the last thing.
Cafeteria was her last thing. Can I?
Let me see. Go back to controls.
Square.
There you go.
I just need to read hers because I don't remember. She seems to have kept her distance from other girls at the beginning. Yeah, that's not it. What were the other Chihiro's e-handbook? It went missing. The victim. Instantly. It doesn't help. Card reader. See, that's the thing, is if his is broken, then how could he use the card reader to get in and kill Chihiro? His actually has to be working. Right? What are my truth bullets? Hina's account, the Monokuma file, the broken card reader, Chihiro's handbook, broken It's broken
The baby bubble.
something. Broken e-handbook. Yeah, that's just the fact that one of them... See, but Leon's... Monokuma said Leon's wasn't, and now we do have actual broken... I'm so confused. I'm still so confused. Just gonna go into it again.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Well, you have
What he says
2
is
tries.
correct, then
Indeed.
Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Shut up, you little bitch.
I'm sorry, what did you just call me?
No, I called Makoto a little bitch.
Yes.
I was reading the line.
I am the protagonist here. I am Makoto.
You're my little bitch.
I'm gonna sit with Austin now. Oh no, let me up! Austin, help!
Stay with me.
But Mondo is here to Taka.
Save me!
You are captured.
Stay with me.
I like how he just looks at me like, no.
Your
I'm
your
not
fa-
touching that.
Your fate is sealed.
Indeed. You're mine. There's no escape. Exactly.
Good. I don't want to go anywhere.
Well, keep going then.
I need to think about it one more time. It must be a contradiction.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
You can't be engaged to
What
Tom
he
if you
says
get
is
executed.
correct, then
What?
Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other
Ah,
words,
shoot.
if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
The white noise blocked it.
Indeed.
Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Crap. I have no idea. Okay, what can I... Gosh, I really hate this. I cannot think fast with
Let's
this.
test Makoto's assertion.
You got to learn to
What
think
he says
fast.
is correct, then
It's,
Mondo,
it's trying to remember all the
you broke your
controls as
own
I do all
handbook.
this.
What would Kyoko do?
In other words,
Not suck
if
like I
Mondo's
do.
handbook is actually
It's-
broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my
It's-
goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all.
Oh, you're
You're
dead.
dead. We're going to vote for you again.
Nah.
Yep, I just did. Sorry that you died.
It's time to send you to the gulag.
Ripperino and Pepperinos.
Okay, so why the crap did Bakuya bother to make the crime scene?
Backula?
Yeah, why? That whole thing was a complete waste. It had nothing to do with this.
Because he's Backula and Blackula.
Okay, well,
Maybe that's yet to be determined.
Chihiro's Handbook, Card Reader, or the Broken E-Handbook. It's one of those.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all.
Take a
Mondo
look.
wouldn't hurt
It's in a
fly.
book.
Reading Rainbow.
Okay, so Mondo says his handbook works fine. And then, so it's either that, what he says there, or what Taka says, that Makoto's wrong, right? Those are the only two things?
Yep.
Okay, before I even start this, like, I just need to process, because what is it then? So, if, Could you just not dance for like a few seconds? Here.
I'm
Alright,
vibing.
okay, well, don't vibe.
Vibe check.
It's very distracting, and I'm trying to think because this is taking so long. Do you want this to move forward? Oh, you're so sad.
Maybe this is where our story ends.
Okay.
Everyone dies.
No! No, I don't want everyone to die. Okay.
Well, technically one person would live.
Okay, so if it's... So, Mondo says his book works just fine. If I combat that with the card reader, can we test his book? If I combat that with Chihiro's handbook, I don't really see what that would do. Just the fact that hers doesn't work, his doesn't work. And then to say, what was the other one? Chihiro's, the broken one. That we just know that that's Leon's, right? That just tells us that they can break.
No, we know that Leon's is alive. Because Monokuma said that Leon's is still working.
He broke his and traded with Leon. That's why nobody knows. Oh! That explains it.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says
I
is
got
that
it
you
especially
broke your
for you.
own
You said you
handbook.
liked it.
They said Michael Rose goes from house to
If
house.
Mondo's
Asking
handbook
for
is
some
accurate,
chocolate.
then that proves that what Makoto said is
Take
right.
the
Well,
bagels.
my
Take
goddamn
the
handbook
bagels.
works just fine.
Toast to what?
Shoot.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Boy, cut that out.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
I think you got blocked by Wat
no.
Noah.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually
You gotta
broken,
be,
then that proves that
Jess in the Creed.
Goddamn handbook works just fine.
Crap! I even aimed high!
You got yoinked.
I think your focus gauge ran out just right at the end and
Let's
just
test Makoto's assertion.
flew
what
away.
he said you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Yoink.
Jeez. This is driving me nuts, man.
Unfreaking believable.
I know what it is now, and I just can't do it.
you broke your own. In other words, if then that
Sunday
proves
drive.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Hooray!
No,
Good
that's
job,
wrong.
baby.
Austin, why do you tell me I'm wrong?
That's what Makoto says.
Oh.
I like the way he says it.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's kind of a
What
meme
is that
in
supposed
the
to mean?
Danganronpa.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never...
That's right.
Oh,
The
oops.
punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As
Indeed.
such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the
Monokuma, you
rules.
sly
Well,
dog.
Mondo, if I'm
Poor
wrong
bear.
about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing
Oh, jeez.
argument.
Climax.
What? Oh.